Thank a few people. Most importantly, I want to thank Buckeye Nation and from the Skull Session to the stadium I just don't want that to go unappreciated. Also appreciate our opponent, a bunch of good football players out there that played very hard, and that was a classic rivalry game. But the most important thank you goes to our senior class. A selfless group I've ever been around, most selfless group I've ever been around. Guys that the indicators are things like Zach Bourne moving over, Sabino breaking his leg, having a variety of different options how to get it done. The option was get back as soon as possible, played with a plate in his leg, and then John Simon, our heart and soul, who we are as a 2012 football team. It's John Simon. And I had a bad feeling early in the week when I saw his knee. It was a burst. It's not the structural issue. It's just the swelling that we couldn't get out. And my man was in the training room early in the morning till late at night doing everything he could. And when they DQ'd him, that was we played it like a possessed group on defense. I know why. It's because our brother was down and we presented him the game ball, which was deserving. So a lot of great efforts. I'll certainly ask any questions. I thought Carlos Hyde is developing one of the best backs in the country. He's a powerful guy. He's come a long way. And our quarterback, I thought, 14 of 18 for almost 200 yards against, #1 pass defense in America. He played his heart out as well. So with that said, I'll answer any questions for you.
On the right here, Tim.
Yeah, two real quick. I know I won't get it back. Number one, Urban, what's it like to be 12-0? And then past that, what was the message to the defense at halftime?
Well, to be 12-0, it really hasn't sunk in yet. It's more the fact that we're going to lose it's almost like you're losing some of your children when they go away to college. That our house is going to be empty. When I go in a meeting after our team meeting on Tuesday, we start a new journey. And however, the foundation is really, really strong. Couldn't be stronger because of our senior class. That's all I can think about. And I'm going to make sure they're properly recognized as one of the great groups of seniors in the history of this program. However, we're going to do that. Maybe we'll bid 19 bronze statues somewhere, raise some money. Martin, you get that done? All right. And then the last question, what we said at defense, I got to give credit to our defensive staff. I knew my comment was after I saw Denard Robinson sneak out of there for a long run, stop the quarterback run. That's the input I had. Probably the same. I think 107,000 people said that as well. But Coach Fickle and Coach Withers running that defense did an excellent job. Excellent job against some good athletes. So I think for me to tell you what they did, I think out of respect, I'm going to have Coach Fickle talk to you about that.
Back left, Austin.
Hey, Urban, the post game on the field there looked pretty emotional for everybody, especially you. The first time you're obviously a part of this as a head coach. What was that like, everything going on the field, and also when you look back at your first, now 12 months on the job, did you think that something like this or today was possible?
Very emotional time, and obviously this is the state I grew up in. This is the state that I made a comment on last November, December, whenever it was, that our objective is to make the great state of Ohio proud. I imagine tonight there's a lot of people in this great state very proud of what their football team. No one else's. This is the state of Ohio's football team. And I'm sure they're very proud. The other thing is my two daughters came back, and that's all I kept. I was trying to find them. Obviously, the nut job students won't let me find anybody, so that's okay. But to be with my wife and children on that field is something special.
Right front, Dom.
Coach, you've been involved with a lot of big victories over your career. Where does this one rate?
Oh, for the moment, this is as good as it gets. I don't think it's fair to anybody to say 1A, 1B, 1C, but this is, I can tell you this, that's as good as it gets. The way it happened, once again, striking adversity. You name a game where we didn't have to deal with adversity, it didn't happen this year. And John Simon not playing, and a variety of other things taking place, plus you beat a good team.
Left front, Bob.
Urban, 12-0. Just curious, how good do you think this team is? You played a lot of close games, but you're not going to get a chance to prove it in a bowl game. I'm just wondering how you put that.
Well, there's a common denominator for all the top 5 teams in America right now, and that denominator was not part of our system, and that's great defense. you can't win it. You see the top teams getting ready to go play for championships, and I've been blessed to be part of a couple teams with championships. And the common denominator is not rushing yardage, passing yardage, block punts, whatever it is. It's great defense. And I'd say at this point in time, Ohio State could go play with anybody in America.
Far right, Jared.
Urban, you
I
obviously.
wouldn't say that 5 weeks ago, but I think you've seen the growth, what we did today, and the growth of our defense. As long as you play great defense, you can, and you're very functional on special teams. I think we had 4 field goals, 44 net without any return yards and punt. We weren't doing that early in the year, so that's why I said we had a team with a bunch of holes. However, we just ran the ball for I think 200 plus. We held one of the most dynamic players. He did have a $122, but he held a team to a very small 47 plays, if I remember right. I mean, a small amount of plays. So I just want to make sure I verify that it's not just some coach up here opening his big mouth. It's statistically analyzed for you. We could play with anybody in America as of today.
Urban, as proud as you are of your senior class, I'm curious what you think of your freshman class, especially Adolphus, Noah Spence, Tommy Shutt, guys that had to play a lot on defense with John being out, and maybe their impact on the game.
Well, Mike Bennett, I don't know how he played, but Mike Bennett was a big part as well, and he's only a sophomore, I think, so he has 2 more years. But those guys, sometimes you recruit guys that are overrated. The names you just mentioned are not overrated. They're going to be great players here. They're going to be great players here, and I appreciate the effort. They're great. On top of it, wonderful people.
Final 3, back left, Doug.
Urban, what does a season like this going 12-0 do for laying the foundation of what you want to get done here at Ohio State?
Well, a bunch of recruits in the meeting room again. The whole theme this week is go where the error is rare. The last door is a big one. Open it up, kick it open, do what you got to do to get through that door. Once you're in there, it smells different, it tastes different, it looks different. And I'm hoping our guys get that taste and they want to go do it again. Because once you taste that, it tastes really good. And so the foundation, I think, is strong. We're going to lose some really good players. Really good players and really good people. Even the ones that weren't the star players, Zach Damacones and Stu Smiths of the world, the Taylor Rices of the world, someone's got to pick up the slack when they leave us.
Bill?
There were a lot of chances to put the game away, and you couldn't do it. Was there a nagging feeling like this could come back to bite us? And what was the feeling like when you realized you were going to win your first Ohio State-Michigan game?
Yeah, I kind of lost it on the sideline there. I got to keep a little more composure, I guess. In the coaching manual, I think it's chapter 13, says keep cool. But I lost it there for a couple minutes, and then we kneeled on it to win the game after that last first down. But, yeah, we had some opportunities to put it away. And if I had it again, I know who at 34 would have been pounding that ball to put it away. So, once again, we're not exactly what we want to be offensively. We will. And with a lot of hard work. But that's, I don't want to get into it now, but we'll be where we need to be soon.
Last question, far right, Mike.
Urban, if Ohio State is the last unbeaten team at the end of the season, should Ohio State be #1 in the Associated Press?
Just trying to picture the headline here. I've had enough headlines. I don't need any more. They got me all excited at a pep rally the other day. Now that was a headline. I don't know enough. I think we're at this point, like I said, the quote I like out there is that I think this team could play and compete with any team in the United States of America as of now. I didn't say that several weeks ago because we couldn't. I understand, but I'm not going to get into the what ifs and can't control what you can't control. What if we did this? What if we would have done this? We're 12-0. I'm going to see to it that when you walk in that Woody Hayes facility, this team will never be forgotten, because that was that they deserve that. Okay, Peter, you wearing a blue tie? Oh, okay. See you guys. Have a good day.